Last time on the Legend of King Doughnut. On his way to the lair of the evil Dr. Oatcrisps, our hero King Duncan Doughnut passed through the metropolis of Robopolis. While there, he rescued a young bread boy, Barry, from street thugs, but the two raised the alarm and were forced to flee the city. Meanwhile, at Oatcrisp Tower, Dr. Oatcrisps gloated to his henchman Milky the Milk Carton about his plan to use the blandification ray to remove all the flavor from Pastryville forever. And now, part 3, Oatcrispian Agents.
Our heroes walked away from the chaos of Robopolis. On the road to the tower of the evil Dr. Oatcrisps. They had a ways to go through the frozen iced latte swamp. But their hearts were full of spirit, ready for any bump. They walked for days through the frozen wasteland. They reached the swamp, but then their travel plans got a wrench thrown in them when they reached the river.
What is that, Your Grace?
Crumbling cookies, Barry. You've never seen a milk river before? Very fast flowing, very dangerous. If we fall in, we'll get soggy, and that's that. But not to fear. There should be a bridge somewhere around here.
You mean that broken bridge, Your Grace?
I hate this swamp.
And who are those two people on the shore staring at us?
Well, it couldn't be. But it is.
Standing there, blocking the way, was the cunning, fearsome night owl. An owl in a suit of full plate, armed to the beak and ready to take a life. But more devastating still, throwing back her hair, King Duncan's childhood crush, the beautiful, alluring Claire.
Claire! I haven't seen you in years. What are you doing here?
Dr. Oatcrisps doesn't want you meddling in his affairs anymore. End of the line, Duncan.
You're working for him? But he's evil, Claire. He's a villain.
That may be. But when he fires his blandification ray at Pastryville, I'm not going to be on the wrong side of things. You can have the boy. Duncan's mine.
Woo! Woo! Enunciated the night owl.
The night owl drew forth his axe and launched himself at Barry. Oh, Barry, who claimed with a boast, "Night owl, you're toast." But then the axe came down, embedding itself in the frozen ground. Barry ran up the haft, biting and punching, not giving the knight a moment to relax. And meanwhile, baguette swords clashed on the riverbank. Both fighters were equally skilled, but Duncan didn't want Claire to be killed.
I don't want to fight you, Claire. We're friends. Remember all the good times we've had.
I know, but I don't want to be made bland.
Then join us. We can take them down together. As a team, we've never failed.
Sorry, Duncan, but that oat has sailed.
Barry couldn't get through the thick armor. The night owl plucked him off and threw him to the ground, stomped him down, then retrieved his axe. And he raised it over his head, and with a grim laugh, he sent it swinging down, and he cut Barry in half.
King Duncan screamed out in denial. He shoved Claire away and he dove at the night owl. With his attention focused on his execution, the knight did not see the coming retribution. With a mighty roar, King Duncan pushed the night owl into the river, where the weight of his armor dragged him down forever. Duncan looked for Claire, but she was already running with power, tears streaming down her cheeks as she fled back to Oatcrisp Tower.
She's so hot, though, isn't she, Barry?
I'm dying.
Right. I mean, no, not right. You can't die. There must be something I can do.
It's all right, Your Grace. My short days with you have been better than all my years in the streets.
Barry?
Home.
Well, what's that?
Home.
Show yourself, Hummer.
And they did. Appearing out of the mist was a strange countryman, a hard-packed granola bar, good in the rugged outdoors.
Who are you? Well, most folk round here simply call me Quaker. But my name's the least of your worries, King Duncan Doughnut. Your bread boy, he's dying.
I know. Can you do anything to help him?
Well, it's not so much what I can do, it's what the oats can do.
Quaker reached into his pack, pulled out a bag of loose oats. He spread them on Barry's two halves, and then they waited. For Duncan it felt like eternity, so intently focused on Barry, he didn't even notice when Quaker left him. And then Barry's eyes flickered open.
Barry, you're alive! I had the most wonderful dream. I saw Oatcrisp Tower, but there was something else there too. A wand. It could make anything sweet. It could beat Dr. Oatcrisps.
The honey wand? It's a myth, Barry. You've been dreaming.
It's real, Duncan. I saw it. I know where it is. It's at the tower.
Well, let's not waste any time then.
Our heroes found a way around the Milk River, and they got out of the swamp. Another week of walking through the wilds, and they made it. The tower rose out of the fog.
All right, Barry, where's this honey wand of yours? Where's our secret weapon at?
And Barry had a big grin on his face as he simply reached down and he lifted up the doormat. Our heroes stand on the cusp of the finale. Honey wand in hand, they are ready to destroy the blandification ray, retrieve the stolen oatmeal crisp, and stop Dr. Oatcrisps once and for all. 3 questions for you, dear viewer, to guide this journey. Number 1, Oatcrisp Tower is no regular building. It is defended by a great beast of some kind that dwells within its depths. What horrid creature will our heroes have to confront in order to reach Dr. Oatcrisps? Barry now wields the honey wand of legend, and with it in hand, he's ready to destroy the blandification ray. But how does it work? He's never used it before. Does one need to do a silly dance to turn it on? Are there magic words necessary to make it go? How does one activate the honey wand? And number 3, the tragic figure E. Claire, semi-willing servant of Dr. Oatcrisps, escaped our heroes and fled back to the tower. She now has a difficult decision to make. Will her fear keep her a servant of darkness until the very end? Or will she overcome it and join with the good guys? Either decision could be equally compelling. You decide which will happen and explain very briefly why she makes the decision that she does. Finally, as always, if you have any one-liners, little quotes, or ideas about the setting or anything, write them down too, and they might just get included. On this episode's art showcase, we've got so much cool stuff. We got King Duncan and Barry. We've got Milky the milk carton. We've got Barry and Duncan again. We've got Laundromat. Guys, this art is so cool, and it totally jazzes me up. If you create any art from one of these stories, then send it to me, link it to me, post it, and tag me somewhere, and it might just get included in one of the episodes. That's all for this time. I will see you guys next time in the finale of The Legend of King Doughnut.